hello my people, welcome back to our YouTube page. It's your girl Esther here, and I'm back again with a new video, and I know most of us are going to enjoy it, or all of us are going to enjoy this, because you know why not enjoy? Imagine we are dealing with heartburn and acidity level in our stomach. So many of us go through this, and I know you are eager to know what are some of these reasons, or what am I going to do to work out on my acidity level. So the first thing that you're supposed to know is you need to learn what are some of these causes that always cause us this heartburn and the acidity level in our bodies. And before we continue, let me explain to you what's the connection, or what's the relationship between the stomach acidity and the heartburn that you always have. So before you get an heartburn, first of all, your stomach must be full of acidity. Then from there, that acidity from the stomach comes back, what we call the stomach reflux. It comes back to the esophagus. Esophagus is just the part in between your throat and your abdomen. So you'll find yourself like that acidity comes back to the esophagus. So when it comes back to esophagus and you have that burning sensation on your esophagus, now that's what we call an heartburn. So if you work on your acidity level in the stomach, means you are not going to have an heartburn. But if you don't work on the stomach acidity, the heartburn will always be there. So let's see, how do we deal with this heartburn and acidity levels in the stomach? So the points, I'm going to put them together, dealing with heartburn and acidity level. So the first thing that you're supposed to work on is identify what are the triggers food, what kind of food that when I take them, they make me have a lot of heartburn or make me to have a lot of stomach acidity. So you need to consider that, and that's mostly like from fatty food, fried food, spiced food, and food that are more acidic. Like for example, when you take more of caffeine and alcohol, those are foods that can really increase your stomach acidity and thus having the heartburn. Then another one, what you can do it is just by taking small frequent meals. When you take these small frequent meals, the chances of production of the acidity in the stomach is low. So you just take very little food once in a while. So means if you take small amount of food, the amount of acidity to be produced is still small. So that one is a way that you can work out on your acidity level. Then also we talk about avoiding taking alcohol and also smoking, because they plays a very big role when it comes to acidity production in your stomach. Then there is this other issue that we're used to. You take your meals and immediately you go to bed and you lie flat. First of all, you have taken your meals, your stomach has not relaxed, the body has not even started to digest the food, and you are on your bed. So that one is very bad. Avoid taking late night meals, going to bed immediately, or even lie flat. So when you get to the bed, at least make sure your head is elevated, like you have a pillow that will help you to raise your head or the upper part of the body compared to the lower part of the body, so that the acidity is not able to come back to the esophagus. Then there is also another issue of putting on so tight clothes, especially for ladies, that it really causes the abdomen, like it is so much press, the abdomen is just above here. So you find them, they are so tight, they are pressing on your abdomen. The moment they are so pressing on your abdomen, there is high chances that they will push the acid from the stomach to come back to your esophagus, thus causing you an heartburn. So it's good to work on those things. Then there is also people who overweight or they are obese. The moment you are overweight or obese, you find like there is a lot of pressure your body is putting on your stomach. So when that pressure is kept on the stomach, what it does, the acid is again pushed back to the esophagus, thus causing you an heartburn. So you are likely to develop an heartburn sensation. Another one is during pregnancy, although this one we might not avoid it, but we can manage it, is the during pregnancy. You find because of the fetus, you find there is so much pressure on the stomach is pressed, and what happens, the acidity comes back to them to esophagus, again causing you an heartburn. So when you have all these issues and all that, what are you supposed to do? The first one is avoid those trigger foods. If you take certain foods and they cause you heartburn, then you need to avoid them. Have an alternative way. Another one is just eating small frequent meals. Don't take large meals at once. Then the other one is also working on your weight. You need to work on yourself, not to be overweight, not to be obese as well. Then avoid taking the alcohol, smoking and all that, because they also play a big role when it comes to you having the heartburns. Then another one is just be careful with yourself. Just work on yourself. Put on light clothes that do not pressure you so much, and it will work good things for yourself. There's another tip that you can always use. It's a trick. When you take your meals, that time you are full. Kindly note, when you're full, it's not an empty stomach. You need to chew some gum. You can buy some gums, you can buy some crackles, you can buy some biscuit, the dry to snacks, like the biscuit, the crackles. You can have the peanuts, you can have the crepes and all that. They will help you to work on that, but especially in chewing gum, because it will help you produce the salivary production, thus neutralizing the acidity in your body. So that one is a very good trick that you're supposed to use for yourself. Also, we can do the herbal tea. The herbal tea, you can use either ginger, and you can also use the turmeric. Those two, they are very good for you to work on your acidity and also work on your heartburn levels. Then the last one that you're supposed to use is the over-counter drugs. When it's so much of the acidity, you can opt for over-counter and acidic drugs. This one will help you to neutralize the acidity level in your body. But remember, for the over-counter drugs, if you're using them, you need to be sure it's just the acidity level. If this heartburn or the acidity is accompanied by other symptoms, kindly go and see a doctor for diagnosis. Just don't take the over-counter drugs all every time. It's just good, especially again if your acidity level or the heartburn are recurring. Kindly work on that. And also, thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. Keep on sharing, keep on commenting, liking, and always referring to your friends everywhere. So bye bye. See you in the next video as we discuss something of different tastes and preference, and not comment what you want us to do on the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye. Digestion.